Imagine waking up one morning, and every step feels like walking on broken glass. The truth is, nearly 1 in 4 adults over the age of 60 in the US suffers from chronic joint pain. What most people don't realize is that the pain isn't just from age, it's from silent inflammation that is eating away at your joints day after day. And here's the shocking part. Researchers now know that the foods you eat could either fuel that inflammation or fight it. Today, I'm going to reveal the top anti-inflammatory foods that can soothe your joints, reduce swelling, and bring back mobility you thought you lost forever. But here's the twist. The most powerful food on this list, the one doctors call nature's painkiller, is probably sitting in your kitchen right now. And I'll save it for last. So let me ask you, what's the one food you eat almost every day that you suspect might be making your joints worse? Drop it in the comments below. I'll be reading and replying to as many as I can. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which foods can help you move freely without fear of pain controlling your life. If you've ever been told that joint pain is just an inevitable part of aging, let me tell you, that's not the full story. Science shows that inflammation is the real enemy, and while medication may give temporary relief, what you put on your plate every single day can either heal or harm your joints. In this video, we'll explore the best anti-inflammatory foods backed by research that not only ease joint pain but also support your heart, brain, and overall longevity. Stick with me until the end, because once you know these foods, you'll have the power to take control of your pain naturally, without depending solely on pills or risky treatments. Let's start with one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods on the planet, fatty fish. Packed with omega-3 fatty acids EPA and DHA. These fish act like natural lubricants for your joints. Studies published in the Annals of the Rheumatic Diseases show that people who eat fatty fish at least twice a week experience significantly less joint swelling and morning stiffness compared to those who don't. Omega-3s literally reduce the production of inflammatory molecules in your body, calming the fire that eats away at cartilage. But this isn't just theory, it's real life. Take Margaret, a 67-year-old retired teacher who used to struggle climbing stairs because of her stiff knees. She started adding baked salmon twice a week and a small can of sardines as a snack. Within 3 months, she reported not only less pain but also improved energy. Her doctor was surprised by how her blood markers of inflammation dropped naturally. Here's the good news. You don't need to spend a fortune. Even affordable options like canned sardines or mackerel work wonders. Try adding a serving to your salad, blending it into a spread for whole grain toast, or enjoying grilled salmon for dinner. Remember, every bite is like giving your joints a soothing oil change. So my question to you is, have you ever tried adding fish to your weekly meals specifically for joint health? If yes, what's your favorite recipe? Share it below, I'd love to hear. And while fatty fish are incredible, what comes next is a plant-based powerhouse that most people overlook. But it works just as effectively to calm inflammation. Let's move on to number 6. Number 6. Leafy green vegetables, spinach, kale, Swiss chard. When most people think about joint pain, vegetables aren't the first solution that comes to mind. But leafy greens are packed with antioxidants and phytonutrients that fight inflammation at its source. Spinach, kale, and Swiss chard are especially rich in vitamin K, vitamin C, and calcium, all of which protect cartilage and strengthen the connective tissue that supports your joints. Science backs this up. A study from the Journal of Nutrition found that individuals who consumed higher amounts of vitamin K-rich vegetables had a 45% lower risk of developing osteoarthritis. Vitamin K helps regulate calcium in the body, preventing it from depositing in soft tissues and causing stiffness. In simpler terms, leafy greens keep your joints flexible and your bones strong. Let me share a story. George, a 72-year-old grandfather, was on the verge of giving up his daily morning walks because of hip pain. His daughter, a nutritionist, suggested he add a green smoothie with spinach, kale, and pineapple every morning. After 6 weeks, George not only noticed reduced pain but also more stamina during his walks. He now calls his smoothie his joint medicine. So what's the takeaway for you? Try sneaking in leafy greens at least once a day, whether it's in a salad, a smoothie, or lightly sautéed with garlic and olive oil. Over time, these vegetables act like a natural shield, protecting your joints from silent wear and tear. Now, let me ask you, if you had to pick one, would you rather drink your greens in a smoothie or eat them in a salad? Comment below, and let's see which team wins. And coming up next, number 5 is something small, colorful, and sweet, but don't let its size fool you. It's a powerful anti-inflammatory food that protects not only your joints but also your brain. Number 5. Berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. They may look small and sweet, but berries are inflammation-fighting giants. Blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries are loaded with anthocyanins, natural compounds that give them their vibrant color and have been proven to reduce levels of C-reactive protein, CRP, one of the strongest markers of chronic inflammation in the body. In fact, researchers at Harvard found that women who ate at least 2 servings of strawberries per week had a 14% reduction in CRP levels, lowering their risk of joint pain flare-ups. That means just a handful of berries can directly influence how stiff or flexible your knees feel in the morning. Take Ellen, a 65-year-old retiree who loved gardening but had nearly given it up because of swelling in her hands. She started adding a cup of blueberries to her breakfast oatmeal and a few strawberries as an afternoon snack. Within 2 months, she noticed less swelling in her fingers and could grip her gardening tools again. Her story is a living example that small foods can make a big difference. The beauty of berries is how versatile they are. You can sprinkle them on yogurt, blend them into smoothies, or even freeze them for a refreshing snack. Every bite delivers a concentrated dose of antioxidants that calm inflammation in your joints and protect your memory and heart health at the same time. Now let me ask you, what's your favorite berry, blueberry, strawberry, or raspberry? And how do you usually enjoy it? Comment below. I'm curious which berry team will come out on top. But as powerful as berries are, the next food, number 4, is something you probably already use in your kitchen every day. But most people don't realize it's one of the best natural anti-inflammatories out there. Number 4. Olive oil, especially extra virgin olive oil. This golden liquid isn't just a staple of the Mediterranean diet, it's also one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods you can add to your daily meals. Extra virgin olive oil contains oleocanthal, a compound that scientists say works in a way similar to ibuprofen, reducing the production of inflammatory enzymes in the body. A landmark study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry showed that people who used olive oil as their main source of fat had significantly lower levels of inflammatory markers compared to those who used butter or margarine. In fact, consuming just 3 to 4 tablespoons a day has been linked with improved joint mobility and reduced stiffness in people with arthritis. Consider Maria, a 70-year-old widow from Florida. She had been relying heavily on over-the-counter pain relievers for her arthritis. But after her doctor recommended switching to olive oil for cooking and salad dressings, she noticed a remarkable change. Within weeks, her morning stiffness decreased, and she could enjoy gardening again without the constant ache in her wrists. The best part? Olive oil is incredibly versatile. You can drizzle it over vegetables, mix it into a vinaigrette, or use it to sauté foods at low to medium heat. Just remember, the fresher and higher quality the oil, the stronger its anti-inflammatory effect. So here's my question for you. Do you already use olive oil in your kitchen? And if so, what's your favorite way to enjoy it? Drop your ideas below. You might inspire someone else's next healthy meal. And if you think olive oil is powerful, wait until you see number 3. It's not just food, it's a spice that has been used for centuries as a natural pain reliever. And modern science is proving why it deserves a place in your daily routine. Number 3. Turmeric, and its golden compound curcumin. For centuries, turmeric has been used in traditional medicine across India and Asia to heal aches and pains. Today, science confirms what ancient wisdom already knew. Turmeric contains curcumin, a bioactive compound with extraordinary anti-inflammatory power. In fact, studies show that curcumin can block inflammatory pathways in the body at a cellular level, working just as effectively as some anti-inflammatory drugs, without the side effects. In a clinical trial published in Arthritis and Rheumatology, participants with knee osteoarthritis who took daily curcumin supplements reported a 50% reduction in pain and improved mobility within just 8 weeks. That's a stunning result for something as simple and natural as a spice. Take Raymond, a 69-year-old veteran who struggled with shoulder pain so severe it interfered with his sleep. His granddaughter suggested adding turmeric lattes, also known as golden milk, to his evening routine. Within a month, Raymond said he was finally able to sleep through the night and even returned to his weekend bowling games. The great news is you don't need exotic recipes to enjoy turmeric. You can sprinkle it on scrambled eggs, blend it into smoothies, or use it to season roasted vegetables. For maximum absorption, combine it with black pepper and a little healthy fat like olive oil. This boosts curcumin's effectiveness by up to 2.000%. So let me ask you, have you ever tried turmeric in your cooking or as a supplement? If yes, what's your favorite way to use it? Comment below. I might even try your recipe myself. But here's the thing, while turmeric is a superstar spice, the next food on this list, number 2, is something spicy too. But with a different kick. And it doesn't just fight inflammation, it also improves circulation and relieves pain almost instantly. Number 2, ginger. You probably know ginger as a warm, spicy flavor in teas or stir-fries. But this humble root is also a natural pain reliever. Ginger contains compounds called gingerols and shogols, which have been proven to suppress inflammatory chemicals in the body, the same ones that trigger swelling and stiffness in your joints. Research from the University of Miami showed that patients with knee osteoarthritis who took a ginger extract experienced a 40% reduction in pain and stiffness compared to those who took a placebo. That's nearly half their pain gone, just from a root you can find in any grocery store. Let me share a real-life story. Patricia, a 63-year-old grandmother, loved baking but nearly gave it up because arthritis in her hands made kneading dough unbearable. Her neighbor suggested drinking ginger tea daily. After 3 weeks, Patricia noticed her fingers felt looser and the throbbing pain had calmed. She still drinks her ginger potion every night and swears by it. The beauty of ginger is how easy it is to use. You can slice fresh ginger into hot water for tea, add it to soups and stir-fries, or even mix powdered ginger into baked goods. Some people also chew a thin slice of raw ginger for quick relief, though it does pack a spicy punch. So here's my question, would you prefer taking ginger as a tea, in your meals, or as a supplement capsule? Share your thoughts below. Your answer might help someone else discover a new way to fight pain naturally. Now, we've saved the most powerful anti-inflammatory food for last. Number 1 is so effective that researchers call it nature's aspirin. And chances are, you already have it sitting in your kitchen right now. Number 1. Garlic. Yes, that little clove you've probably used in countless recipes is more powerful than you think. Garlic contains a compound called diol-L-disulfide, which directly targets enzymes that damage cartilage. In other words, it helps protect your joints from the very breakdown that causes arthritis and stiffness. A large study published in the BMC Musculoskeletal Disorders Journal found that people who regularly consumed garlic had a 30% lower risk of developing osteoarthritis compared to those who rarely ate it. Researchers believe garlic works almost like a natural off switch for inflammatory responses in the body. Let's bring this to life with a story. John, a 71-year-old retired mechanic, was living with constant swelling in his knees. His daughter encouraged him to add 2 cloves of garlic into his meals daily, whether chopped into soups, sautéed with vegetables, or roasted whole. Within 2 months, John noticed he could walk longer without his knees locking up. He now calls garlic his daily joint shield. And the best part? Garlic is cheap, accessible, and incredibly versatile. You can roast it, chop it raw into salads, or use garlic powder for a milder taste. Pairing garlic with olive oil, which we covered earlier, creates a double anti-inflammatory boost. So let me ask you, do you usually cook with fresh garlic? Or do you prefer garlic powder for convenience? Drop your answer in the comments. I'm curious how most of you use it. And now that you know the top 7 anti-inflammatory foods for pain-free joints, you're probably wondering, What happens if you don't make these changes? The truth may shock you. Let's talk about the hidden dangers of ignoring inflammation. Here's the truth. Joint pain is not just about discomfort, it's a warning sign. Chronic inflammation doesn't stay in your knees or hips. Left unchecked, it spreads throughout the body, damaging blood vessels, raising your risk of heart disease, and even accelerating memory loss. In fact, the CDC reports that over 54 million Americans live with arthritis. And studies show they are twice as likely to develop heart disease compared to those without it. And it gets worse. Researchers from the Mayo Clinic found that people with uncontrolled inflammation age faster at the cellular level, meaning your joints wear out years earlier than they should. That's why ignoring inflammation isn't just about living with pain, it's about cutting years off your mobility and independence. But here's the good news. Food is one of the most powerful weapons you have. Every meal is a choice. You can either feed the fire of inflammation or extinguish it. By simply adding the foods we've covered today, you can lower your risk, reduce your pain, and reclaim the freedom to walk, move, and live without fear that every step will hurt. The danger is real, but so is the solution, and it's already in your hands. Or rather, on your plate. Now I want to hear from you. What's the number one thing that worries you most about joint pain, losing mobility, becoming dependent on others, or living with constant discomfort? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because your experience could help someone else who's going through the same struggle. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you'll never miss out on more science-backed health tips designed to keep you moving, independent, and pain-free. Also, if you know someone, a parent, a sibling, or a friend, who is battling joint pain, share this video with them. You never know how much a simple piece of advice can change someone's life. Remember this. Growing older does not mean surrendering to pain. By choosing the right foods, you can fight inflammation naturally, protect your joints, and regain the freedom to move without fear. Every meal is a chance to heal, and every small change adds up to a stronger, more independent you. If you've watched this far, it shows you care about your health, and that alone is a powerful step forward. So take action today. Add one of these anti-inflammatory foods to your plate, and see how your body thanks you. And stay tuned, because in my next video, I'll be exposing the 5 so-called healthy morning foods that secretly make joint pain worse. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. It might completely change the way you start your day. Until then, stay strong, stay hopeful, and remember, your best years can still be ahead of you. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.